something. I'm not sure. It could be libelous. Oh, I start with that one. There's a bit of a Liverpool vibe going on. One of the questions is about it, and I also sold out Liverpool Arena yesterday or the day before. I'm coming to Liverpool, is what I'm saying. I'm also coming to Nottingham, and loads of other places. But yeah, so that's what that was for. I'm going to start off right with thanking the gang because, well, one, I got this finally that I think you arranged for my birthday, but it's been stuck in sort of limbo because of coronavirus. Now it's all opened up, and you sponsored a lovely little dog, Gent Lobie, for me from the Oldies Club. So yeah, go to www.oldies.org.uk, and I mean this has turned out to be quite a charity episode as well. Liverpool charity, and I got this card celebrating Afterlife's win at the NTAs from the whole gang. Look at that, and it's signed by everyone, and there's two really, and everyone did a little note. I can't read them all out, but they're all so brilliant. I did read them all, and that was from Ollie comic strip that put that together with all the tweets at the time that you were watching it on telly. It's so lovely, so thoughtful. It's good being part of a gang, isn't it? Even though it's called the Bollocks Gang, and we're all losers, and many of us are cats and dogs. But it's lovely to be a part of it. So thanks for that. My eyes are stinging again. Just had a bath, bubble bath. Also, I've got this thing that's like one of those sort of aromatherapy oils for the bath, and I like it. It makes you sort of relaxed. But now I've got stingy eyes, and I'm relaxed. Also, you get out a little bit. I get out a little bit slimy, just a little bit. I don't know, sort of waterproof, and so and also I'm knackered from the touring and editing during the day, touring at night. This is my day off, but I think I promised a cat 2 weeks ago that I might do this. Fuck's sake! So, loads of questions. We're not going to get through all of them. Yeah. So, right. Oh, and I should say it's Pickle's anniversary, 1 year since we adopted her, and I'd like to thank Feline Friends and All Dogs Matter. So that's the Oldies Club, Feline Friends, All Dogs Matter, and happy anniversary, Pickle. Look, I'm squinting. I'm trying to read the emails and stuff. Right, let's start off with Titch. If you could, he hasn't got a question, but if you could mention Steph's rescue and the raffle his mum is doing, and also she wants me to mention that some of the rescue dogs have been named after her, which is lovely. So that wasn't a question, but that's just a shout out to the auction. Steph's rescue. It's very charity based, this, isn't it? Dogs charity, Stingy Eyes Awards. Right, Bella. Straight into Bella now. If I was to open a stick library for other stick enthusiasts like yourself, what sort of stick would you borrow first? I like a solid sort of like maybe like a small baseball bat sized, right? And like not too thin, not too big, obviously like a log, but that sort of like the top of a baseball. And I also like it when the bark's gone, so it's nice and sort of smooth. Yeah, something that could also double up as a club in case I was mugged, which I've got to start thinking about. When I'm too old and feeble to fight back or run, I think I have to get some sort of weaponry. always thinking ahead. So a stick that's fun to carry. I've been carrying a stick before, and a dog's come up to me and sort of looked at it, and I've given it to the dog. And the owner must think I'm mental. Like, like a paedophile carries sweets, I carry sticks for dogs. Oh, God. What a weird club this is. Gunnar, what excites you most about your creative work? The initial idea. I could make a joke and say the money, but it's not actually. That comes from anything you do that you do well, and everyone's got to work. So for me, it's the initial idea. When I have a good idea, I go, oh, do you know what I mean? I can't wait, and I think, well, calm down. Also, I've discussed this a lot on my podcast with Sam Harris. That your thoughts aren't really your own. You're at the mercy of the cosmos. So you can't help what you think. You can't plan to think something. It comes, right? So all you can do is let yourself be open to that, and that's why you've got time. Have time to think. So there's lots of distractions. You can't be being creative if you're doing stuff. So that's all I do. Just sometimes sort of, give myself time to think, like going for a run, listening to music, being on a plane, falling asleep. That's the worst time. When you're falling asleep and you have an idea and I can't be bothered to write it down. Or I can't rustle a pencil and paper. So I've probably forgotten more ideas than I've seen through to fruition. Also, we talk about when you dream something you think's good, and you wake up and it's fucking bollocks. You dream. We dream jokes, and you wake up and you think that's a great joke, and you look at it and you go, no, it's not. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. So yeah, the initial idea, that's the most exciting thing for me. Joey, it's the big hitters straight away, isn't it? I heard you're bringing Supernature to my home city this month, Liverpool. I hope you're coming to visit me. I might be a bit busy, Joey. My question is, what do you like about Liverpool, and can you do a Scouse accent? Right. Well, I've been to Liverpool very often, and when you do go to these cities, I get out of the car, I run to my hotel suite, I go to the gig, I run to the car, I run back to my hotel suite. So I'm sort of like a recluse, depending on where I am in the world. So I haven't seen a lot of it, but I'm obviously a fan of the culture. My new favourite Scouser at the moment. I just did Tony Bellew's podcast. He's a Scouser, isn't he? I'm trying to justify that I like Scousers. Yeah, my new favourite Scouser is a UFC fighter called Paddy Pimblett. Great name, great hair, great fighter. He's just really funny as well. I like him. He fights like he's in a car park. Great. It's really great. Check him out. You'll like him. Can you do a Scouse accent? Oh, well, I can, but, well, probably not very well. It might sound good in my head, but to people in Liverpool going, what's that? Oh, God. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it knowing it's going to be shit and you're going to laugh. Okay. Hello there, mate. How's it going? Like, why is that going up too high? Hello there, mate. How's it going? Like, no, nearly. Fucking hell. They do that, don't they? They do that sort of Dutch thing, or is it Welsh? It's probably a Welsh influence, isn't it? Yeah, I like la. I can't do it. How's it going? Like, you fucking bastard. It's not very good, is it? Is it all right? You know, I've got the gist of it, haven't I? That's probably offensive as well. That's probably cultural appropriation, isn't it? I'm stealing Scouse culture to make me look cool. I apologise to everyone in the Liverpool area. Joey's got me in trouble. Ducky, if you, I think it's a duck. If you, what fucking life this is. If you could star in any TV show from present or history, excluding your own, which would you want to be in and why? Well, the first ones obviously you think of are that your favourite shows like The Sopranos and, you know, all those really cool dramas that I like. But nostalgically, I suppose, it'd probably be something like Columbo. It'd been amazing to be or the Waltons, something that I loved, or Rhoda. Going back, do you know what I mean? Because you've got all those lovely mixed memories. Not just that it was a good show, but you know where you were and everything, and you know anything like your mum and dad were still alive, and all those things sort of mix into it. So actually, Columbo. I mean, you couldn't get better than that, could you? Being a guest star in Columbo, I'm having that. Joette, you can bring any mythical creature to life. Which one? And is it domesticated? First one I thought of was the Minotaur. I love bulls. Minotaur is a body of a man, head of a bull, right? And I saw a statue once. I went to this art fair. I've been to loads, but I went to an art fair. I don't know if it was New York or London, but there was a little statue of a Minotaur, and what they'd done, he was sort of seated, and he was sort of like sitting like that, and so you put him on the end of a table, so his sort of legs were dangling, and it was a head of a bull, and he was just like sat there like that. I thought it was amazing. I just couldn't. It was just brilliant. Because there's something so sad about it. Probably just having the head of a bull is a bit annoying. That's heavy. If you're a bloke and you've got the head of a bull, you've probably got a constantly sore neck. But you won't have to carry a stick, will you? No one would mug a Minotaur. So, boom. Get that in your face. You twat. You wanted this. I think, you know. There's also a delay, isn't there? Look, if there's still a delay on this, you want me to do this again and not go over to Instagram, you've got to tweet Twitter. What are they called when they do stuff for you? Twitter support. Everyone tweet Twitter support and say sort out the fucking. It might not be, but I bet it is. I bet this is a delay. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm just talking. I'm not doing anything, but it's just annoying. Oh, it's a stinging. Fuck's sake. What a fucking wreck. Oh, it's my day off. Right. Leopold and Loveday. Uncle Ricky. That's weird, isn't it? Does Mr. Sam Harris love animals like you? I assume so. He's a very ethical sort of person. So I assume, even if he doesn't go on about it as much as me, or go out and scruffle dogs every day, I would like to assume that he probably is, just because he cares about, you know, rights, animal and human rights, and he's a very sort of moral person. I would assume that he does love animals. Yes, you have to ask him. Susie Hope. Not a question, but I'm wondering if you could please give a shout out to the Bollocks gang and say a huge thank you to all of them for their kind and outstanding loving support they have shown me in such difficult times. Thank you. So that's Susie Hope thanking you all. So well done. That's nice, isn't it? See? You are all right. Well done. Yeah, I suppose it's a good gang to be in, isn't it? If you're going to be in a gang. Oh, this is from Towley. This is Pickle's towel account. A towel. If you were a towel, what type of towel and what size? I mean, that is one of the most banal, ridiculous questions, but it's from a towel. So it's not that bad, is it? If somebody asked that question, who was that from? And you said, oh, it was from Richard Dawkins. You go, that's a fucking stupid question. But if you said, I've got a question for you. What sort of towel would you be? Who asked that? A towel. All right. That's fair enough. That's fair enough then, isn't it? I'd be a towel, like my favourite towel. I bet some of you only got a favourite towel. I mean, obviously they're sort of in circulation, right? But I love it when I get one of the oldest towels we've got. It's about 5 foot long, 3 foot, right? And it's so old that it's really thin and rough. And that's why a new fluffy towel, I don't like it. You can't grab it. It just, I don't know, it moves the water. I don't like it. I like that. This is like, some of the towels are so old and so thin that I rip them. And I go, oh, I've ripped my oldest favouriteest towel. Fucking hell. When I'm losing my mind, when I'm sort of going senile, and I'm still doing this, no one will know the difference. Someone just tuning in. Well, someone tuning in now would think, who's that bloke with the stingy eyes who's talking absolute bollocks to cats and dogs and fucking towels on his day off? Harry the cat. On a rare day off, do you prefer to A, chase a taco till it's sopping wet, sit on a rock and watch the world go by? That one's good. Lie in the heather with your legs in the air. That would be weird. I think sit on a rock and watch the world, which I sometimes do in Central Park. They've got like big outcrops, and they're nice to sit on, particularly on a hot day. Sit on a nice rock. So it's that one. It's the one that isn't too weird for a human being to do. Chasing the taco around till it's sopping wet. That'd be mental. Lying in the heather with your legs. It's the legs in the air that's the weird bit. So sitting on a rock and watching the world go by. Thanks for asking, Harry. Louise. It's a great feeling when you say something funny and everyone around the table in the pub laughs. It is. How does it feel doing that in front of thousands of people live? Do you get an even bigger buzz from it? No, you don't. There's nothing better than the laughs you get in a pub with people you know. The laughs we have backstage, sometimes we're laughing so much, and I think, oh, I've got to go out on stage and not be quite as funny. as this. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing like it. When I first started off in stand-up, my aim was to be nearly as funny as I am in the pub with mates. And not just me, I mean, that's everyone's. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than making people you know laugh and building on it. So that's always been the buzz for me, making people laugh. And it's definitely no better with 20,000 people. It pays better, but no, that's what it's for still, isn't it? That's what it's for. Yeah, I agree. It's brilliant. Otis, you have to trade lives with someone for 1 week. Upon returning to your own life, you must allow that person to keep one meaningful belonging of yours. What would you trade? Who would you trade lives with, and what would you let them keep? What would you want to keep from them? Oh God, I'm never good at these things because I never want someone else's life. Do you know what I mean? I just, and not because I'm not saying their life isn't good. It's like there's nothing like just. I don't even like leaving the house. Oh God, who do I think's got? I mean, loads of people have got. That's so difficult. Who do I want to change lives with? Oh, that's so hard. There's always a hard question, and this time it's from a fucking parrot. My eyes are stinging. I'm getting more and more tired. That aromatherapy stuff in the bath is making me all sleepy. I've had a beer. It's my day off. Fucking hell. Swap lives with someone. Oh, that's so hard. Who's got the easiest life? Just someone who's retired. Oh, David Attenborough. He's probably all. He does things probably slowly, doesn't he? He's 90 something. So he's not running around or having to do shit. Probably a lot of sitting around and reading, doing the odd voiceover. That'd be good. I'd like to be watching all the footage and saying, "Here, we see." I don't do spiders. What would I give him? He's got loads of awards, hasn't he? What would I give him that's meaningful? I've just seen up there a monkey Derek, a little knitted monkey Derek. So I'd give him that. That's a prized possession, and it's a monkey, and I think he'd like Derek. So I'll give him that. Well, this has been the usual absolute bollocks, hasn't it? So, all the charities, we've done the charities. Happy anniversary, Pickle. What else? I should mention Jane's got a book out. So you like that? You can order that. Thanks again to the Bollocks Gang for the lovely card. That's my prize possession, but I wouldn't give it away because it's so precious. And David Attenborough would go, "What the fuck is this?" He'd think it was outsider art. He'd think this looks like it's been smuggled out of prison, doesn't it? It's like that. I go, "David, this is from my friends," and he'd go, "Oh, where are your friends? Are they locked away?" I go, "Yeah, a lot of them are locked away." I've got a new. I should be right. I've got a new audiobook that came out this week, didn't it? The series 2 of Absolutely Mental. Did you buy it? Did you fuck? Just waiting for this free shit. Buy it. You get both series now for $19 or something. So what's that? 14, 15 quid. for about 15 hours. Think of that. Less than £1 an hour. And it's like this, but with someone who laughs and knows this sort of shit's mental. What else? Oh, yeah. So I'd like to. I can't wait to come to your town if I'm coming to your town for gigs. I've had to cancel a couple of gigs. Not my choice. Some we've already moved twice, 3 times. So first of all, I've never cancelled or missed a gig ever in 20 years. I've been on stage with flu. I had the doctor called out before a gig in LA 4 years ago, and I went and did the gig. Okay, I had flu once in Manchester in about 2007. I could hardly fucking breathe. Right, I've done it twice with a bad back, sort of 10 years apart. I've taken a helicopter, so I didn't let people down. Didn't make any money on that gig. Spent it on a fucking helicopter. So I've taken private jets, so I don't miss a gig. Right, if something's been cancelled, in 20 years, basically, I've never missed or cancelled a gig. I know some people who've cancelled fucking gigs because they had a sore throat, or they didn't know England were playing that night. I've never done it, and I've had to cancel a few now, and because I had to for various reasons, and still people go, "Oh, I was looking forward to that." I go, "Yeah, so was I. I didn't do it for a fucking laugh. I gave them weeks' notice, And this big idea that people think that I wake up and go, I don't want to do this, like a sold-out gig. I'm giving back hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they think I could have helped it. There's nothing I could do. We tried everything. Sometimes we went to play the venue. We tried to put it in a bigger venue and it wasn't available. I've moved it. Sometimes it's because I couldn't enter the country. Sometimes I couldn't be tested and run the risk of not doing the next gig. There's loads of reasons. I've tried everything, and then some you just can't. Some I can't do anymore because the first date was after it would have been out on Netflix. I even thought of letting people keep the money and try and get a new gig together, a new show. And the promoter said, "Well, you're mad. What if it's not good enough?" And he's right. So I just gave the money back. So just know I did everything I could. Someone even said, "Oh, he's doing gigs in England. He couldn't come." No, because I had to cancel a couple of gigs in America. The reason I put some in England is because that money I'd promised to some charities. So I don't mind losing the money, but those charities were expecting. So I put one in England so I can still pay the charity. So just know if I've had to cancel a gig, I had no fucking choice. And I'll come back, and I'm really sorry, but seriously, I lost months sleeping. Was that going to happen? That would move it, and then sometimes you just go, "Oh, I'm not in charge of immigration. I'm not in charge of the pandemic." I wish I was. I wish I was. So anyway, thank you for your and thank you for all the people that are understanding. And it's only a couple of people I don't know. They go, "Why?" They don't know me. They're probably used to these other artists who just can cancel. They can't be bothered. But that's not me at all. So yeah, I hope you're happy with that explanation. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Let's do this again sometime. I can't promise when. I've got gigs. I've finished editing Afterlife 3, but there's still lots of technical stuff they have to do, including translate into 160 languages, which takes months, obviously. But that's on its way. It's the best one I've done. I think you'll like it. It's I'm going to find it hard to beat the third series. I put everything into it, from the story to the music. Yeah, I pulled out on the stop. So if you don't like that, you won't like anything. Supernature is the best it's been. If you couldn't get a ticket or I didn't come to your country, watch it on Netflix next year. Buy Absolutely Mental if you want, or just donate some money to a charity. It's just as good. Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks, Bollocks Gang. I hope you enjoyed that. My eyes are stinging. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.